Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Today we're going to talk about Takumi. I keep getting asked what to do with their new close counter fodder. So I've got a bunch of options for you. 1, 2, 3, 6 of them to be exact. They're not perfect. They're quickly put together stuff I would like to use. The skills are obviously interchangeable. You can have a blast with any of them. The whole point is just to give you some ideas and maybe help you brainstorm. I used Fey Unit Builder. Just Google that exact phrase, Fey Unit Builder, and you'll find the URL. This place is awesome. I love their UI. I love everything about it, and it's great to use and great to be able to show you guys from this site. So thank you for the site creators for that. One thing I want to get across first with this Takumi is if you are a player who loves to use free-to-play guides with no skill inheritance and you have a hard time doing stuff yourself, then you might want to save this Takumi. It might be better off for you having them as a 4-star or 5-star option to be able to participate in those free-to-play guides, because I guarantee you we're going to be using this neutral Takumi to clear some content in the future. So definitely keep that in mind if that's one of your worries. So let's start off with some of the better options, I think. I think Halloween Henry, specifically since he was just on a banner, is such a great option for this. Giving him Gron Owl or Blade Tome, or honestly literally any tome, whatever tome you want, and giving him close counter with some sort of B skill, again, doesn't matter. I really love close counter Vantage, by the way. It's my favorite combination. You'll see that in some of these other builds. I find myself in any sort of PvP scenario, I always get destroyed by close counter Vantage, so maybe that's why I like it so much. But either way, this is one of the best ways I think you can take advantage of the close counter, specifically Henry, or any armored units with high res and defense. Hint on who's coming next. Having an iceberg charged with close counter Vantage up is just like brutal. Like, it's so hard to fight through that with a unit like this that is going to have 36, 46 defenses without summoner support, without all that stuff. So fantastic build here. We also refined speed and went with the speed IV, so you could even go another 7 or so in defense. So you could be 37, 40 if you wanted, or even higher in res. Love Halloween Henry, and I think he deserves a close counter pretty soon from me. Next up here, we have Jakob. And Jakob is one of the most monstrous units in the game, and I had no idea how to really build him. This is the first time I took a look at it, and I'm sure this is wrong. I guess if I was to do this personally, I'd probably just go Brave Bow Death Blow. But either way, he is insane with Guard Bow. He's insane with Close Counter, and I couldn't figure out what to do with his B and his S, because Bold Fighter is really nice to have on him, but at the same time, you might just put QR3 there and put Distant Defense or Close Defense on his S. Or a ploy or something like that. Either way, Jakob is probably one of your safest bets, unless you want to go the Brave Bow build. He is so good, like so insanely good. His stats are just ridiculous. He's got brutal amounts of attack. He's got 37, 36 spread res without any supports, at plus 10 merge with plus attack instead of plus defense, and with Guard Bow that is plus attack for some reason instead of something like plus defense or plus res, which would equal it out there. So super duper insane unit. I love this one, and he is plus 2 or 3 now for me, by the way. In my last stream, I'm not going to do a video for it because it's just one circle, but we did one extra circle and we got another Jakob. Bad IVs, but we merged it into my current Jakob, so maybe it's time to build him soon. And we have my personal favorite use of close counter, and that is any healer, specifically one that is tanky, preferably tankier than Chlorine is, that has either pain, gravity, anything really. Fear works too. I think I like pain the best. I'm not entirely sure. Depends on what content you're doing. With either Wrathful or Dazzling, either one. And then having the Miracle, Close Counter, Vantage, Double Savage Blow. Same build for basically any healer. Just so much damage, and it's so much fun. I was debating whether to go plus attack or something else here, like probably plus speed minus attack is honestly one of the ones I'm looking for. That brings our attack down to 36, which is very low, very low. But the reason why I went with plus attack minus something instead is just so with Vantage here, we have a chance to get that kill with the close counter Vantage and Wrathful Staff. Otherwise, if I was to do just a purely defensive one that wasn't really worrying about securing the kill, I would probably do this. just like this, and that way you for sure get the damage in with pain, you for sure getting the savage blows in. You're not going to get doubled as much. You should definitely live that first hit, and then you should have a miracle to go for the next hit, so you should be super duper fine. And especially if you do the supporting here, like you should with your plus 10 units. Like, look at her defenses there. That's so good, so super duper good. Love this build, one of the better ones. We can actually let's actually build him now. I haven't taken a look at him, but I've seen Azama with about the same stats. Like, if you look at his stats down there, he's 3629, super insane. Let's go plus res minus attack. Is that a super boon too? Nice. It's even super boon. Awesome. Just what we needed. Comes with pain already. We can give him dazzling because we're not really too worried about his damage. Let's give him rehab plus, I guess. Let's give him miracle. And then, of course, the same setup here. Vantage, close counter, savage blow, savage blow. Bam, he's going to do so much damage. Even as Hinata has a Azama like this, I think he is more tanky than this one is. Like, he's got close defense and distant defense instead of the close counter. And that's probably or possibly better, but it's nowhere near as fun. There's nothing more fun than having them attack you and having the pain and the savage blow just go nuts. And obviously the savage blows aren't going to be proccing since it's on the offensive, but with pain here, that's still 10 damage to everything around it. Super duper great. Next up, and we're going to try to cover basically one of every style of unit. Next up, we're using Summer Frederick here. You could also use Saizo, who's probably better. And the idea behind this is essentially the same. We're going to want to get as tanky as we can, take away some res since his res is just so low. Give him a weapon. I wasn't sure which one to give him, but a seashell is super cute, so why take that away from him? And the whole point of this build is just to have close counter, Vantage, and Ignis. With that combination there, you're going to do so much damage, and if you get attacked into one of these units and you have your Ignis up, you're gonna be doing insane amounts of damage, especially if you're using somebody more fitting for this build like Saizo. And then we can give him, let's give him Smoke Dagger plus, or there's a new one, right? The Barb Shuriken plus, sure. Let's do plus defense, let's do Ignis, let's do reposition here, let's do close counter, let's do Vantage, because I think close counter Vantage is so good. Like, how do you beat close counter Vantage? I love it so much. It also helps for your range too, which is great. And let's give him a C, doesn't really matter too much. And let's give him close defense just for funsies here. And this is a plus, what are we at? 41 speed. You know, we're at 41 speed. That's probably good enough to keep speed instead of the defense there, unless defense is a super boon. That's not. So let's go plus speed minus HP. That's plus defense. Let's go plus. We can find it here. Let's do this. We can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. So this is a much better build, obviously, than the Frederick, because you're in the 40s for defense. You can raise it higher if you want as well. And he's going to do just like an insane amount of damage with the accelerated special cooldown Ignis. Like, how do you attack into that? You're probably gonna die. So this brings a unit like Saizo, who is not maybe the best of units in its own right, but with close counter and those defense, like, it's really hard to beat. Next up here, who's next? And we have our free-to-play unit here. We have our New Year's Core, and I think is a fantastic option as well if you like him. I like him with just a Brave Bow, but close counter works as well, and you can give him something else. I wasn't sure, but Slaying Bow Ignis seems pretty solid. This puts his defenses up to 37, and again, as always, just get somebody with really high defense and high bulk. 18 res is not that good, but the only thing we really need to worry about is dragons at that point. And you never know, we might blow them up with Ignis here too. We decided on QR3 instead of something else, just because 30 speed is not going to get anything done. But alternatively, you could do QR3 on his S and do something else on his B. And I think this is really, really great unit. He's so good for a lot of things, and I use him a lot on my free-to-play account with just a regular Brave Bow. And finally here, we have Camilla, one of the OG users of Close Counter. Such a great unit, and I love the Close Counter Vantage. I have so many memories of just getting destroyed by Close Counter Vantage in early arena days, and she still stands strong now. There's a lot of ways you can build her. I ended up going with plus attack minus res and just trying to get as much damage in one big hit as possible. There's a ton of different tomes you can use as well, but I ended up with Ground Blade, so she's great on player phase 2. And of course, the close counter advantage is probably going to be enough with 58 attack to get a kill off here and there. And we went with Glimmer as well, just so we have a special up as soon as we can and as often as we can. As for the S, it doesn't really matter too much what you use, but I like attack plus 3 again, just to get that one big hit off. So yeah, there you go, guys. Those are my options. I really like all of these. If I was to have 2 close counters to put somewhere, and I have 2 right now, I'm probably going to be putting them on Henry, and I'm probably going to be putting them on a healer. So those is what I would do personally. But really, if you find a unit you love, it's somebody that is great, somebody that has high defenses that really just doesn't stand out anywhere else. And they fit this build that can do something great, like a Bowie, for example. Like, look at his defenses right there. Somebody like this is going to be so fantastic with close counter, and I think you'll be happy with anybody you choose is what I'm trying to get across here. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, that helps me out so much. And in the comments below, let me know who you decide to give your close counter to, because I'm really curious. And if I pushed you in one direction, let me know that too. Bye, guys.